Capricorns, I saw a wharf. And I also heard trade when I felt the energy behind your cards for this week. Now, a wharf is like kind of like a pier, right? A W-H-A-R-F, wharf. I think that's how you spell it. So there's something about shipping, trade, goods, merchandise. And then I also saw kind of like a pirate hook. So there's something about, maybe this is like black market goods. Maybe you guys are buying things off the black market, or just there's something about trade that's happening. And with the Three of Swords reversed, it's almost like it gives me, again, black market vibes, because someone gets hurt. Somebody gets hurt in this trade. Now, you could be perceiving this in the world, like, I don't know, maybe if you're reading about the chocolate trade, you know, where they really take advantage of the farmers who harvest the cocoa bean, all that stuff. Or this is happening in your own personal life, where there is some kind of unfair trade, or you're witnessing an unfair exchange where it's either like something is either off the books. Okay, so maybe here's another example. Maybe someone at your job is getting paid under the table, and you're seeing it, you're witnessing it, and that's the trade. But it doesn't have to be, which is why I'm giving you this example. It doesn't have to be necessarily you purchasing goods. It can just be a trade happening, or there's a theme of trades, or people trading things that are sketchy, or black market, off the grid, under the radar. Okay, let's see what else there is. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles, that's getting something for cheap, okay? Getting something for cheap because you have it's like haggling, right? You're in a better position to buy something cheap from someone if you can wait them out for when they're desperate to sell. So the Strength card with the Five of Pentacles is getting something cheap by waiting someone out on it, because you have leverage. You have some kind of leverage until they cave. So that's part of this shady trade that's happening. It's either black market or it's just subversive. Like in the example of the cocoa beans with the farmers, right? It's like they don't have much of a choice. They're forced into this situation due to a lot of circumstances. Their government and there's I don't want to get into it. It gets complicated, but they're basically put into a corner here where they're forced to acquiesce based on their circumstances and give in. So the Strength card is, with the Lovers next to it, is giving in to the shitty terms, to getting less than maybe was correct. Because remember, they're hurt by this. Three of Swords reverse. They either are or were hurt by this exchange. All right, let's pull Oracle cards and see if we can find out more, shed a little bit more light on what's going on with you guys this week. Tell me more for Capricorns. Anything else here for Capricorns? Okay, so first of all, I want to point out that we have the ship coming out. And I did see a ship. I don't know if I mentioned that. I saw a ship, and I heard wharf, and I heard trade. So there's a lot of stuff about ships and trade and goods, and even a pearl necklace. I got a lot of stuff while I was feeling energy behind your cards. But we have the ship coming out again, which is talking about that exchange between two parties, the number 2. Now, it could be a secret. The key stands for a lot of things. One of the things that the key can stand for is kind of like, in this case, it feels like a monopoly. It feels like having a monopoly on someone, thereby cornering them. It's like they have to sell to you. If you put them into this corner somehow, you have control. The key is control, and it also could be secrecy, or a sense of, like I said, not having options because the other person has control, because maybe there is secrecy involved somewhere wrapped up in there too. But then let's look at the top 2 cards. We have Aquarius and the Foot here. There is a minority group of people, Aquarius, that benefit from this, that get ahead. So the Foot is getting ahead, and then Aquarius is a minority group. So it's saying that not everyone benefits, because this is a backroom deal. Some people get shysted. Whether you're talking about the example of the farmers and the cocoa beans, where the farmers get shysted, or you're talking about some of the other parties who get shysted. Maybe you're talking about the clerk who sells the goods at the very end. You know, he's at the store and his paycheck's garbage and he gets shysted. But somewhere along the line, somebody gets shysted and someone else gets ahead in part of this kind of like black market, or I want to say subversive is the wrong word. What's the right word? It's more like exploitational. It's more like exploitational of having control, having a better position than someone, and then using that to take advantage. Really, it's taking advantage. And that's what you guys are witnessing this week, just on either a global level, maybe you're witnessing on a personal level, maybe you're witnessing at work, or maybe you're doing it or you're witnessing it happening to you. So Capricorn, let's see what we get for advice, and whichever one of those, we'll see what comes up for advice for you. Any advice here for Capricorns, please, regarding this spread? Any advice? Capricorn? Any advice? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I got some cards here for you, and I actually took a moment to see if I could get any further information psychically, and what I got was really funny. At the very same time, it was really weird, I heard two words, same time. Apple and abelha. And so one English word, one Portuguese word, literally, it came into my brain at the very same time. And abelha means honey, bee. Abelha means bee. And so we have kind of like stinging the hand that feeds you. And we've got the Seven of Swords. It's like biting the hand that feeds you. That is the impression that I'm getting from this imagery, especially with the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Wands. It's like biting the hand that feeds you. And I think again you're witnessing it because it's the Four of Cups. This is either something in your memory, something you saw happen, you're just remembering it. Okay, and I don't think you guys are either. You might not be directly part of it. I think you're more. It's a memory, so you could be something you're remembering as a third party, or it could have happened to you. But either way, with the Eight of Wands here, it is, and the Seven of Swords. It's like the Seven of Swords is like a deceitful maneuver, right? And then the Eight of Wands is something hasty, something impulsive. And so I'm getting the sense of somebody was biting the hand that feeds them in this exchange where somebody gets hurt. So, I mean, even in the example of the farmer really is the person who feeds the middleman and the vendor and us, and yet the farmer is getting screwed. So in the example of the farmer, I mean, the farmer is the hand that feeds us, and we're biting that hand by not giving the farmer a fair deal. So biting the hand that feeds you, that's a theme here, and that's the advice here, is to recognize that. Now the Queen of Wands and the Hermit is, I think, what you guys are doing, which is doing what you're supposed to do. Doing what you're supposed to do and being by yourself. The Hermit is a hermit, right? He's by himself. And you guys, the Queen of Wands, kind of has her shit together. So I think you guys are away from this. You guys are not involved in, the biting the hand that feeds you. I think that you are just privy to you're off on your own and you're witnessing it. And I think that this is, it's something that maybe you can't get out of your mind. Maybe this is just something that's on your mind and you can't get it out of your mind. That is also potentially the Hermit here, is kind of like looking, because we got memories. We get two cards for reviewing memories. So let's see what the last card here is, or the card on the bottom. Justice. And I think with the Seven of Swords here, it's definitely not justice is happening, because biting the hand that feeds you may or may not be just, depending on maybe the hand that feeds you is corrupt, right? They're feeding you just enough to keep you alive, but that's not really the meaning of that phrase. The meaning of that phrase, biting the hand that feeds you, is screwing over someone who is kind to you. That's really what that phrase means. But let's see what we get for advice here. This could just be, you need time to process it, right? You need time to process it, and also with the Queen of Wands and whatever that other card was now that I forget, Queen of Wands and the Hermit, keep to yourself. It's like, if there is shady stuff going on, if there's biting the hand that feeds you going on, if someone's cheating on, they're getting paid under the table, mind your own business. Just mind your own business, to be honest. That's kind of what this is saying. And don't let it get to you. Let's see what else we got. Any other advice? Any other advice for Cap? Any other advice? Wow. Okay. Stay true to your principles and stay loyal to, like, your company, to the person who's feeding you. Okay, so we got the company. The company, or the city here, is whoever larger entity. Could be the government that's giving you government money, or it could be your company that's paying you. The person who feeds you, the hand that feeds you. Stay true to them. Stay loyal to them. Aries is the most loyal sign. And then with the rope here is stay tied to them. So keep your commitments to them. Stay true to this person, even if you see a lot of other people taking advantage. And you could hop on the bandwagon, right? You could, or you could have a meltdown over it because it's definitely on your mind. But what it's saying is, stay true to this person, keep to yourself, stay out of, basically saying, stay out of it and be true to the hand that feeds you. Don't join in on the people who are biting the hand that feeds you. That's pretty clear here. Now on the bottom we have the volcano. It's going to come to a head at some point. It really is going to come to a head. They're not getting off scot-free. We've got the volcano, the left turn arrow, and the cup here. Some kind of unexpected event or circumstance is gonna happen. I say unexpected because left turn arrow it's like the left turn, right? Ooh, left turn, an unexpected or sudden change of where we thought we were going left turn. And with the volcano, there is an explosion. So, you know, if somebody in the previous example was getting paid under the table, the government finds out. Or maybe the government doesn't find out, but it still comes up, other people find out, and it becomes a topic, an issue, a topic of conversation, and there are reparations that need to be had, the cup here. So someone needs to get paid back. Once it explodes, once the shit hits the fan, somebody's gonna have to get paid back. There's gonna have to be reparations for the money that was stolen, or whatever was taken, or whatever exploitation took place. So whatever exploitation took place, they're going to essentially ask for reparations, and they're going to receive reparations after the blowout happens. I don't know how long this is going to take. This could just be something that is going to be on deck for a while to happen. But you know, it could be different depending on if you're looking at large scale events or personal scale events, obviously the timeline, but eventually reparations will be had for this biting the hand that feeds you. So don't be in that group. Don't be in that group because they'll have to pay that back. Okay? On the bottom, we have the princess, and it's pretty immature. It is an immature thing to do, whatever these people are doing that is hurting someone for their benefit. It's immature, the princess. And you will hear about what happens. You will hear about what's going on, about what happened to these people. It will become public. It will become a topic of conversation. And like I said, it's going to be a blowout. And so you don't want to be part of that group, right? Because it's going to be a blowout on them. All right, so that's going to be a reading. Capricorns, thank you guys for being here. If you guys are still interested in finding out more about what's going on with your sign, you can check out Patreon. I have monthly readings there. I have love readings there for you. So come in, take a look at that, check that out. Show me some love, show me some support. I'd really appreciate it. With that, I'll see you guys next time.